Every person on this site has a man or a woman that they respect to no end. They have their YouTube heroes. They look at these YouTubers who started creating content at the dawn of this website. And they looked at them and they said, wow, I want to create content like that. I want to create good content like that. And then, for 4 years or more, they start hearing about this movie, this grand idea that this YouTuber thinks of. And he spends 2 years or more making that movie a reality. You hear about it, then you see it, and then you applaud this YouTube hero for achieving the impossible. I'm of course talking about the great James Rolfe. A man who has inspired me to become a better film critic, a better film maker, a better YouTuber, and a man who made me appreciate the brilliance of the horror genre with his amazing series, Monster Madness. A man who I had the privilege of meeting 2 years ago. Picture that. A man who, when it comes to film and film franchises, knows exactly what the fuck he is talking about. The man lives film. The man breathes film. Film is in James Rolfe's DNA, as far as I'm concerned. When it comes to a franchise like Ghostbusters, I listen to the man. Now granted, I like Ghostbusters, but I've only seen it once. Okay? But I can at least acknowledge it and say this is a classic movie. This movie deserves the respect it deserves. Right? Now, to others, like James Rolfe, who made this YouTube movie, as far as I'm concerned, the best YouTube movie of all time. When he comes up and he looks at the new Ghostbusters movie and he says the following.
There's a new Ghostbusters movie coming out, and for something related to one of my favorite franchises, it may be expected that I review it, but instead of a review, for once, I'm doing something a little different. A non-review, because I refuse to watch it. I'll tell you why. The original, which we now have to call the 1984 Ghostbusters, is a timeless classic.
I listen to the whole video. I listen to what he has to say. Because if there's anyone who has any reason to say, this new Ghostbusters looks like a piece of shit, it's a guy who had been wanting and waiting for decades to see a Ghostbusters 3 with the original cast. And then maybe later, a movie like the new Ghostbusters would come along as a passing of the torch movie. He brought up films like the 2009 Star Trek reboot and The Force Awakens, which is, by the way, I would say one of the most feminist movies out there, right? It was directed by a guy. Now, its main character was a woman. Its main character was a badass woman. Its main character is probably one of the greatest modern day female badasses of all fucking time. Right?
Bigger picture at hand. This is a rebellion, isn't it? I rebel.
Now, the trailer to Rogue One, and the trailer to The Force Awakens, have had an amazing like ratio versus the new Ghostbusters trailer. Now, have these SJWs thought that maybe it's not because the movie has a woman main character in it? Maybe it's not something superficial like that. Maybe it's the fact that, wow, this movie looks like a piece of shit, and James Rolfe is the voice of, I don't want to see it. I love Ghostbusters too much. I care about Ghostbusters too much. In fact, why don't we just let him say it?
But this isn't just any movie. This is Ghostbusters. It's one of the most celebrated franchises ever. The real problem I have with it is the title. Calling it Ghostbusters, but without having any connection to the original story or characters, is a shameless attempt to bank on the name to get fans to see it based on the title alone. At the same time, it takes advantage of the younger generations who might not have even seen the original. They'll see it without feeling like there's any prerequisite of having to see the other movies. And now, whenever you look up the original movie, you're always going to see Ghostbusters 1984 and Ghostbusters 2016. It's piggybacking on the name.
This is a franchise that he loves to death. So why would he pay to see a movie that does not give it the respect he feels it deserves? Right? And throughout his fucking video, did he mention women? Did he mention the race of one of the Ghostbusters? Did he mention just the female cast in general? No. All he said was, hey, this looks like a piece of shit. This looks like a piece of shit because it looks like a bad trailer. And he said it might be a good movie, but as of right now, he said, I'm not seeing it. I love the Ghostbusters franchise too much.
I know I'm biased. Ghostbusters is something that a lot of us grew up with, and we wanted to see the original cast back together for one last time while they were still alive, and then maybe introduce a new younger cast, work them in, win us over, and then pass it on for a new generation.
Alright? That's what James Rolfe is saying. James Rolfe is not the type of person to make political videos. This isn't even a political video. It's just saying, hey, this movie looks like shit. I'm not going to pay to see a movie that looks like shit. Why the fuck do these SJWs feel the need to come up to people and turn something like a bad movie trailer and make it about sexism? Now, granted, maybe there are some assholes out there who say, oh, it's a female cast, I'm not going to stick because it's not men. You had people who said the same shit with Ray. Fuck those people, and fuck the people who are saying that's sexist shit. But have you ever thought that not everyone who's saying this movie looks like a piece of shit thinks it's a piece of shit because the cast is a different fucking gender? You ever think of that? Probably not. And then you waste your time writing fucking articles like this when your common sense doesn't even come in. Please, before you write such a stupid article about a person you know nothing about. Oh, you wrote he got 2 million subscribers. Oh, you wrote that he's one of the largest YouTubers out there. You didn't fucking write that he clearly loves Ghostbusters. You didn't fucking write that this man has been doing film videos for years. That he's been doing video game videos for years. Probably forgot that part. I hate pseudo-feminism like this. Because there are real feminists out there trying to make a real impact, and then you have shitty feminism like this. That gives feminism a bad name. Pisses me off, man. I'm DARTHBRIBOY. Live long and prosper. Have a wonderful day. And please, if you're going to critique someone like James Rolfe, do your fucking research, please. That's all I gotta say.